Hey everyone, my name is Shu. So we are halfway through 2025 and I've tested a lot of productivity apps so far this year. There are plenty of good options out there, but here are the ones that stood out to me, my personal favorites and the apps that I found most useful. Okay, the first one is Jace AI. It's basically your personal email assistant that works 24/7, even when you're asleep. It doesn't just draft replies in your own style, it actually understands the context of your conversations, including attachments, Slack messages, and even Notion docs. They're the sponsor of this video, but I've been using it for the last few months, and it's been a massive time saver. So what I love most about it is that it prepares email drafts for you before you even open your inbox, which saves a lot of time. Every morning I start my work by replying to emails, but ever since I installed Jace, it does half of my job automatically. Now I just need to look at the draft that it generates and make some tweaks if needed. But since it knows my preferences and my writing style, it almost always sounds natural and it's good to go right away. And what's really impressive is that it can actually read and understand file attachments, whether that's PDFs, documents, or spreadsheets. This means when someone sends you a contract to review or proposal to evaluate, Jace can analyze content and draft an informed response based on what's actually in those files. So far, it's saved me tons of hours because I don't have to manually open and digest attachment before replying. Especially when it comes to signing a contract, I can ask Jace to digest it or ask if there's anything I should be aware of. Also, it automatically labels and sorts your emails based on content, so you don't have to do it manually. This is incredibly useful if you use a single email address for different jobs or projects like I do. Instead of digging through a messy inbox, you can instantly see which emails are for which project or which client. It keeps everything organized and saves you a ton of time, so you can focus on getting things done instead of sorting through emails. But Jace can be much more than that. Another one of my favorite features is the Jace chat. I just ask it for a daily summary and it instantly tells me which emails are important or need my attention. And if I want to know which conversations need to follow up, I just ask and it finds those for me too. It saves me from missing anything important and keeps my inbox under control without much effort. You can try it out right away from the link in the description. You only need to connect your Gmail, which only takes a few seconds. The next one is Scout. It's been amazing. It's basically like having AI constantly watching the web for specific things you care about. For example, here's some of my Scouts. I've been meaning to buy Elden Ring, for example, for a long time, but I wanted to wait for it to go on sale. So instead of checking it every day, I have a Scout check the price for me so that it emails me when it actually goes on sale. And it's actually on sale right now, so I'm going to buy it later. Anyway, I also have one tracking camera gear prices. It lets me know instantly when there's a significant price drop on this lens I've been eyeing. And then there's one that monitors any announcement for a concert for Expedition 33, which is an amazing video game that I played recently. And what's great about Scout is that you can either create your own monitors or subscribe to existing ones. For instance, there is a Scout someone made that tracks restaurant reservations, which is really useful, especially for ones that are really hard to book. Getting a table at popular spots can be nearly impossible, but now you just get a notification when a slot opens up. The best part is that once you set it up, it works quietly in the background. No more obsessive manual checking or missing opportunities because you forgot to look. Okay, the next one is Dia. It's probably the most impressive browser I've seen, and no wonder why everyone is talking about it now. What makes Dia great is that how deeply it integrates AI into your browsing experience. Unlike other browsers' basic AI features, Dia's AI actually understands everything on your screen, both the tab you're looking at and all your background tabs. This context awareness makes it incredibly useful. For example, while watching a YouTube video, you can ask, what are the main takeaways? And Dia instantly analyzes the video and gives you a concise summary, which means no need for separate video summary tools. And when you're reading inquiry on Instagram, for example, you can have Dia draft a context-aware response, like write a polite decline message, etc. And then what's even cooler is when you're working with multiple tabs. If you're researching a topic with several tabs open, you can ask Dia to write an introduction connecting these sources, and it'll synthesize information from all your open tabs into one coherent piece. And also another reason why Dia is getting really popular is its skills system. They're like smart shortcuts for tasks you do repeatedly, like instantly turning any web page into Twitter threads, providing analysis of a company's competitors, extracting action items. There are lots of more creative ones as well. Honestly, it feels like a genuine AI assistant built into a browser. It's kind of new, but the combination of context-aware AI and these practical skills has already made some of my workflows a lot smoother. Okay, Willow is one of these apps that completely changed how I work. I discovered it recently and now I can't imagine writing without it. It's a really simple tool that lets you dictate instead of typing. And honestly speaking, I suck at typing. I cannot type that fast, so I make way too many typos and spend half of my time hitting that delete key. For that reason, Willow has been awesome because it doesn't make typos like me. Plus, since English isn't my native language, I often make grammatical errors that can be very confusing. With Willow, I can just speak naturally and it turns what I said into perfectly written text, no typos, no grammar issues. Okay, you probably know Sublime if you follow this channel, but it's now my go-to app for saving interesting quotes and reading highlights. Think of it like Pinterest, but for ideas and knowledge rather than just images. So when I find an interesting quote, article or concept while browsing, reading, I can save it with just one click, and its AI helps you connect it to related ideas. And what makes it special is how it suggests related content from other users as well. For example, if I save a quote about productivity, it shows me other relevant quotes and books that people found meaningful. This generates such an awesome serendipity effect where you're constantly discovering great reads and ideas. And plus, when I'm writing, I can highlight any text and it finds relevant ideas from my collection or the community. I made a full video about this tool, so if you're curious, check it out. Now, Raycast finally launching their mobile app this year was huge for me. If you've used Raycast on Mac, you know how it makes everything faster with quick commands and workflows. The mobile one also packs useful features like snippets, AI commands, and AI chat. The snippets have been a lifesaver for me for repetitive typing. I use it for everything from email templates to Instagram hashtags. Just tap the snippets you want and paste it anywhere. And then the AI commands are probably what I use most. When you're reading something and want to understand it better, just share the text to Raycast and pick from various AI actions like explain in plain terms or summarize key points. And also you can chat with different AI models, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. And what's great is that you can save any response to your note, which you can review later on your mobile and desktop. Okay, I'm a huge believer in Parkinson's law and therefore focus timer. It's such a simple concept, setting aside a dedicated time for one specific task, but it's surprisingly effective at helping you actually get things done, whether it's deep work, reading, or even practicing a hobby. There are lots of timer apps, but I was excited to find Bluebird. It works across all my Apple devices, so when I start a timer on my Apple Watch, it shows up instantly on my iPhone and Mac's screen. It's particularly useful because I can glance at my remaining focus time without switching apps or breaking concentration. The Apple Watch version is especially useful because it's always with me. I can start a timer whenever I'm at my desk, in a cafe, or during a walk. Just tap and then do the work. So basically, I use focus timer beyond just work. They are a really useful tool for any activity that deserves your full attention. When I'm studying Spanish, reading a book, or editing photos, I set a timer. It's like making a small commitment to myself about how I spend the next 30 minutes. If your attention tends to shift from one thing to another all the time like me, this is really powerful tool to fix that. I couldn't recommend it enough. Next one is Craft. It's not really new, but I only tried it this year and wish I had started sooner. For me, it's the best alternative to Notion that is faster, simpler, and cheaper. For me, it's perfect for client work. I create mood boards on its whiteboard, organize photoshoot details, and share documents with people. I especially love the design. Everything just looks good out of the box. You can pick different styles for each document, and the client always seems to be really impressed by it. I already made a full video about it, so I won't go into too much detail here, so make sure to check it out if you're curious. IdeaShell is an interesting note-taking app that I recently discovered. Instead of typing, everything starts with your voice, which might sound a little bit limiting, but it's surprisingly effective. Just speak your thoughts and AI transforms them into organized, structured notes with tags. This app's AI is pretty impressive as well at cleaning your natural speech. It removes filler words and organizes rambling thoughts into clear points. It can even transform these voice notes into different formats, like blog outlines, task lists, or research notes. Now, there are actually many voice-to-note apps like this, but I found this one the most well-designed and enjoyable to use. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.